All right, those of you who've been following for a while know that our foster room, or one of our foster rooms, I guess now, got destroyed pretty badly by our last foster placement. He put about 20, 25 holes in the walls. Yeah, he did a lot of damage to that room. And so we repainted it and I picked a new color. And I don't know, let me know what you think, if you like this color or not. I was looking for something that was kind of mellow and kind of soothing, you know, in hopes that that would help kids who come into our care. I know I'm dreaming here, but I'm hoping the mellow color would help kids who come into our care chill out a little and not be so crazy and hyper and all that. We'll see.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Distinguish the fire. Yeah, you know, it's not like unconventional for me to somehow hold a minigun and a fire extinguisher at the same time. You know, totally usual for a human being. You know, oh, what's this?
So this is how Robert plays video games. At least when I walk in the room, he starts narrating and talking. But one of the things I do love is that Robert wanted me to come hang out with him while he plays video games, which I should be honored to be included in that part of his life, because video games...
Dad, look! Hurry! Oh, you missed it. Let's see if I can get it again.
Video games do mean a lot to him, so it's nice that he wants to include me in that.
Okay, now everyone watch.
Fire!
But watch. Because, see? He's ordered the fire thing and the minigun at the same time.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, but I feel like that's kind of humanly impossible.
Yeah?
I don't know. I'm no expert, though. You know, of course, since I'm not a
Wait,
human.
you're not an expert?
No, of course
On
not.
holding miniguns and fire extinguishers at the same time?
No, duh.
Oh, because you don't have a rubber chicken.
Yeah, not anymore.
You got to have all three of those things, right?
Yeah.
There, you're the expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's go check it out. What do you think about this color? This is called, it's called like urban green, trying to make sure you can get a good picture of it all around. Yeah, we still have the decorations. Our last child really loved the browns, as you can see. So you can see that this is kind of the color of the room. I like it. It's pretty chill. It's not at all the color I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be darker. Yeah, I thought it was going to be darker, but I really like this color. So let me know what you think here. And also let me know if you're an Odell fan. I don't know much about football, to be honest with you, but or if you're a Browns fan. I don't know much about football, but that kid did. So it's fun to kind of support them. This is just, you know, one of those wall sticker things. And yes, we took it off to paint, but I have nowhere else to put it, and I hate to throw that away because it was kind of expensive. Since we're in here anyway, I'll show you a little bit about the rest of the room. There's still some stuff not done yet. He ripped those anchors out from those dressers. They were anchored to the wall. He ripped those out, so we're gonna figure that out and get that replaced. Not a huge deal, honestly, not a big deal. I haven't made the beds yet. Oh no! So you can see that it's in progress. You can see the beds. Okay, I haven't finished making the beds here, as you can see. But these under the bed storage things are amazing. Pull one out here. They actually hold, I don't know if you can tell, it's actually fairly deep. So they actually hold a fair amount of stuff in them. And for our last placement, 2 of those was plenty for all of his stuff, especially since we like to keep all of our toys and stuff down in the basement. We've got a huge space down in the basement for stuff like that. We have another mattress under there. That's actually the mattress from Robert's trundle bed. I don't know if that'll stay or not, but again, haven't made this bed. I have a matching blanket like that one for this bed, but it's super popular. So it's so soft, like these. Oh my goodness, these are so soft. Man, there's competition for them. So hopefully I can get that back here in a little bit and get that back on the bed. But yeah, there's not much to the room right now. I'm gonna leave these walls blank for kids that come in so that they can help us choose what to do to decorate them. This is not at all a paid advertisement, but Fathead's been good to us. We wait for sales, and then we tend to get some really nice big Fathead things, and that's been really good. You can see in proportion to the bed about how big that one is. Pretty good size. And so that made the day of our last foster replacement. Yep. So that's the room. We're gonna probably paint the back of these doors white, because apparently it's just gonna be hard to match the colors. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to match the colors. We'll see. Our friend is still working on some ideas, but they're still pretty banged up, so we still gotta work on those. I've gotta run to the store and get some faceplates for the outlet covers that he broke, because he broke several. So I'm gonna do that, but yep. I tend to way overdo it with rooms for kids. Like, I don't know. a lot of our kids have come in and done damage to rooms. Not a lot, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of it's like when you have a long-term placement, we've had some great placements. I mean, really, behaviors aren't bad, but like the one child threw up all over the floor in a carpeted room and didn't tell us about it until the next day. And it was really hard to get that stain out. I mean, you know, like kids just are kids and they damage rooms. They just do. Yeah. So I put too much into these rooms probably, but I don't. Some people might think I don't put enough into rooms before foster kids come. Number one, I want them to help decorate the room so that they really feel like it's their own while they're here and they're comfortable in that space. And then number two, because honestly, they're gonna damage it. They're gonna like, I'm just not gonna go crazy on rooms for kids. But yeah, that's this room pretty much. I found these dressers, speaking of not going crazy, I found these dressers here pretty cheap on Amazon. They need to be bolted to the wall for sure, not because they're heavy, it's the opposite. They're super light. When you pull out a drawer, like the whole thing will very likely come toppling over. That's what we found, so we do bolt them in. But great little drawers. They're not expensive at all on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Again, this isn't a sales pitch at all. Well, I've got, you know, I'm not being paid. This is not a promotion. I'm not being paid for anything. I'm gonna show you really fast our other foster room while I can here. Okay, oh, if you're wondering what most foster kids come with, this is actually larger than what most come with, but this bag, you know, a brown bag. I don't know why, but they always seem to be in brown bags. Our foster kids come with like one brown bag full of stuff. Yeah, that'll have some clothing, that'll have a few different things. So this is our foster room here. And you can see we had a placement with us, a respite care placement, that loved the blue blanket. So there's where our blue blanket went. We also thought he was maybe coming, well, he is. He's maybe coming again pretty soon. So it's still there for him because that's the bed of choice with the blanket of choice for that respite placement. Nice big bed underneath there. We've got this storage thing, which you've seen probably in a number of videos. Right now, it's still got an AFO on it. I need to get that sent off, but that's one that doesn't fit anyone anymore. And then for some reason, we've had a crazy ton of kids who've been insane about basketball. Like we've had 2 kids who are just amazing basketball players and another kid who was like obsessed with basketball. So basketball was the way to go with this room. I think one of the kids a long time ago even helped pick out those decorations. This stuff will all disappear when a kid comes in, even for respite. That stuff will disappear. Now, if it's a kid who's with us as a foster placement, I'll replace that stuff with their own stuff. That's the hope anyway, or they'll replace that stuff with their own stuff. We got a few books down there you can see down, just in case a respite placement comes in or someone comes in last minute, then they at least have something, especially since a lot of kids come in with absolutely nothing. And then we've got a beanbag chair. I think that's actually called a Big Joe. Now, one of the cool things about this room is this dresser down here. The church I go to actually like refurbished this for us, not just specifically for us, but we needed a dresser, and it was one of the sermon series they were doing was on making things new, and so they decided to make this new, and then as we needed one, it ended up being for us. A group from our church, their hard work went into this. Pretty cool. One of the other things I love about this room, and that kids seem to love about this room, is we have this giant closet. It's actually one continual closet. There's 2 doors, so a kid can go in one and come out the other, which, of course, the younger kids think is awesome and hilarious. Big rooms. This is a huge room. I don't know if you can tell as I step forward. We do have a table there in the middle, but that's a huge bunk bed, and it still doesn't take up that much of the room. It's a giant room. And in fact, when we were getting certified, we had a guy come in. He was like, "Oh man, we could at least fit 2 more bunk beds in this room." And I was like, "No, we are not doing that. We are not going to do that." So I'm trying to give you a good idea, good sense of the space, and I am failing miserably, I think, but it's a big room. So we have a table in here, which doesn't always stay, but it's there for now. Well, that's our foster care room tour, I guess. I hadn't really planned on doing room tours, but
you talked me into it.
now, yeah. So I guess welcome to our foster care room tour. I hope you like it. Oh, one other thing, we have a cool little train painting right here, which there's a switch on it somewhere that makes lights turn on. I thought that was cool. Well, this has been kind of a random video. Random as in I really didn't plan to do a room tour. It just kind of happened. It just happened. But yeah, we are open to care for up to 4 kids. Preferably, I don't know, I'm feeling pulled towards just doing traditional foster care. Unless something happens. but really, we love doing foster care. We love having kids with us for a while. There's something about it, and there's something about the opportunity to help kids find a healthy way of living with their families. It's hard to say goodbye, and so that's why I often pursue adoption, like adoptive placements for waiting kids. That's hard for obvious reasons, as we've gone through some of the stuff for that. We have 4 beds. We're open for 4 kids to come into foster care. That way, if there's a sibling group that they can't find a home for with 3 or 4 kids, we can say yes. I don't know that it would be a drastic change for us to have 4 kids at a time. We've only had 3 at a time ever, so I don't know. I'd have to see how that was. But we do have, with 3 adults in the home, we're probably more set up for it than most people. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's go, Dad.